Sorry, we start with the horns, because there's the most of you.
Awesome, guys. I would just say, you guys ever been to New Orleans? Boy, it is a party. I want to hear y'all play much louder, I guess. I mean, just in general, this isn't a very there's some quiet sections, I guess, like the hymn part, which you guys played beautifully, by the way. I don't think I've ever played that in tune in my life. No, that was beautiful. I just want to hear you guys play with a little bit more, it sounds like you're reading music, you know what I'm saying? And I guess it's hard for me to play this song looking at music because I never did. But whenever I do read music, I find myself doing the same thing, like getting too into the page and not listening as much. Great solo, by the way. Awesome. Yeah. So maybe we can just do a section, like just the head, at the very beginning. We all are in unison, right? We can all just play the head together, but with just a little bit more spunk, I guess. You know, like you're having a party with your friends, sort of thing. You know? Let's hear it. I just want to hear one. Let's start with you.
You want to do?
to be there. Like, as a trumpet player, it's like, or a brass player, or a horn player, I should say. Sorry you guys are way over there. But, it's just one of those tunes that needs pretty much everything you got, like, from the get-go. It's like, from the head on, it's like, besides the little hymn part, it's just kind of a goer, is what I can say, you know? It's, struggling today. You know what I'm saying? Thanks, man.
I think kind of what Jay's getting at is like, you got to imagine, it's like what Mike was saying earlier, you know, it's just kind of getting off the page. As soon as you get off the page, you'll play it differently.
Yeah.
So like,
You guys have
you gotta almost like, you almost gotta sing it first. Because when I'm already, the first thing I noticed right off the get-go, and then, you know, it's like that second part of the phrase was like, it's just like, practice singing it first, you know, and it goes for any sort of music. Anytime you have a melody, just like sing those phrases and make sure they're sitting right in your pocket for the rhythm section. It's a great pocket. You guys sound amazing. Rhythm section really sounds great. You guys sound great too. It's just laying it back and really like singing the melody through your voice, singing it together.
What I would like to add, I agree with everything they said. Whatever kind of music you're playing, you have to get into there's different stylistic things, and like playing a tune like Quartermaster, and so we're trying to like evoke the spirit of the city of New Orleans and the kind of music that's made there and the kind of vibrations that happen there. But there's things you can do stylistically to shape these melodies. Like right now, these are just notes on a page like this. That's just notes on a page, but you know, depending on what the rhythm section is and the way we play it, we'll do things like, you know, like you need to like find a way to personalize this music so you're speaking with your instrument. You're not just reading notes on a page. I remember being in college and like it took me forever, but you know, it's a continual process of trying to figure out how to like you're singing, even if you have a horn in front of you and you're blowing into it. You've got to find a way to sing and bring it to life so it's not just like very conservative, proper notes. You know, this is not a conservative, proper song. Right. So find a way to do that. You know, like when we do those things in that tune, like a lot of times, you know, we'll scoot and you know just shape these phrases and do different things to try and bring it to life. So as an audience, you want to listen to us. Because if you're bored and you're playing it, I guarantee you the audience might be bored listening to it. You know, so just trying to bring the music to life. In tune, good time. Maybe lay it back a little bit. Some of these phrases, like you guys can like groove a little more on the backside, explore that a little bit after that. But it sounded great.
Yeah.
I just want to ask, how many drummers, percussionists do we have in the room? Jesus Christ. The whole room. Okay, so just everyone yell at me, what style is this called?
Second line.
There you go. A for you guys. So, man, first of all, the whole band sounds great. I've never heard that arrangement before. I heard that he did that, but I've never heard it with so many horns, and you guys sound great. Kudos for you, because you're trying to pull off what we do with two people. And there's, like Jay said, the whole thing, for me, the approach is new. We know it's New Orleans, and if you ever, I've hardly seen the bands in New Orleans where they didn't have 3 or 4 drums. There's one guy holding down I'm correct, right? Most of the time it's a guy holding down the kick drum pattern and maybe a cymbal, and then there's another guy playing snare, and there may be another guy playing some cowbells or some other things, you know. So the whole idea of that is like a parade. It's a party. It's a parade. And what I noticed, the way you play going into your solo and the outro of the song is the way it probably should sound in the beginning of the song. So because it was, I mean, like there's just some notes I can give you, like when they do the head. That's you. There's nothing else going on there. So it's not soloing, but it's just coming out, so kind of creating that party. So I like to hear it with that in mind. Like at the beginning, you know, when the bass is playing by itself and playing the hi-hat, that's cool, because it's a little mellow there. But when the band comes in, and nail those hits. Watch how it opens up if you just try it. Let's try it from the top. It's pretty good. Okay, right there. That's what I'm saying. You can probably go away from that groove and go to the groove you were playing at the end, like the second line groove with just the snare and hitting, you know, snare and hi-hat and the right there. Create the party right there. You don't have to wait. You can create it right there. Start there, and that'll set them up for what Jalen was telling them to do. Okay, let's try one more time. 1, 2, 1, 2, right there. Right there, it just got better right there. I guess it'd be cool. Would it be cool? Would it be okay if I tried it so I can? You cool with that? Let's try it one more time. And I'll show you. I'll give you some tips where you jump in there. I was gonna say everything that you did was perfect. As far as you go, you know, everything that you did was perfect. I just wanted to give you some ideas, some more creative ideas to be more assertive. When you don't have a percussion player playing with you, you have way more freedom to talk to the band, and you can change the pace or set the tone for what's going on here. You can make it either boring or you can make it super exciting, or you guys can feed energy to them just by talking to them. Like in between, I was trying to, you know, the mixture of the big band in New Orleans. You have a little more freedom. Hopefully that can help give you more ideas. Thank you.
So we're gonna cover bass, guitar, and keys in a speed round here, since we're almost out of time. What's your name, man?
Danny.
Danny, great job, man. Sound awesome. What I would say, just like super quick fixes, you might be playing it low on the bass because that's where you would read it, right? Basses always have a fatter sound higher up on the neck.
Okay.
So I play it like around the 10th fret,
Okay.
like up there, instead of in that position. Exactly. Exactly. And then the F down there. Yeah. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. Up there it's fatter. Play down low. Up there. Where are you gonna play? Right. Know what I'm saying? Much funkier sound up there. Fatter, beefier sound. Doesn't sound as thin. And I mean, the other thing that I was going to say is that it looks like you're having fun while you're playing, which, unless you're also a theater major, is a good thing. No, but I'm saying that's the most important thing about playing music is understanding the intention. This song is about, really quickly, this song is called Quartermaster because we were doing a recording session in New Orleans and we were finishing at 5 a.m. every night and we were staying in the French Quarter and there was nowhere to eat except we had to walk through the gay district down Bourbon Street, the gay district, and there was one deli that was open all night called Quartermaster, and it had like 4 really, really flirtatious gay males working there. And we would come in with like 9 guys at 5 in the morning, you know, ordering roast beef sandwiches and stuff, and it was like a really funny scene, and every night they would know we were coming and they'd be like extra flirty with us, and it was just like a funny, it was just like, well, we're going back to the gay deli, it's gonna be fun. So that was like, that's kind of like, to me, that whole experience just kind of captured New Orleans. Like, we're playing music till 5 in the morning, we're walking down the street in the French Quarter, and then we're like having some crazy experience with New Orleanians, and like, it's about fun. So I'm glad you're having fun, and it's just about playing like you're having fun, which, I mean, I feel like it's great, just little things like that, like playing it right in there and really digging in. I mean, if we play jazz, you all play jazz, right? You gotta go to New Orleans. Not for a day. You know, you have to spend a lot of time there. That's where it started. You're so close to it. Think about people in Norway or, you know, Siberia who want to play jazz. They're so far from where it started. You guys are a 2-hour flight. So go down there and spend some time. And it'll change a lot of things.
Yeah, what everybody said I think was great. The thing I would mention is make sure you are really tapping into the style. Kind of like what everyone else is saying. You know? Because it seems like, in a lot of ways, you're approaching it like more like a standard jazz tune, the way you were nodding, right? But don't be afraid to just like, you know, like a lot of James Brown stuff. It's just like little loops of, you know, maybe like a 2-part phrase or something. You know? So I would approach this song more like that. You know, I think that kind of fits the vibe more. A lot of times the drums are kind of doing more like an ostinato pattern, the basses. So I would approach it that way. And also, with this big of a group, sometimes with that timbre, it tends to get lost. Like, it's hard to hear you a lot sometimes. So, you know, brightening up the sound a little bit and playing more of a pattern that really complements what the drums and the percussion do, what they're doing. It sticks out more and it fits in with their groove, I think, a little more. Plus, if there's a piano player copying that way, right, then you don't need to both be doing the same role, you know. I would just, think about it like that. We've done this song so many different ways. We played it like Afrobeat, played it like more second line type stuff, we played it more like change around. So, being as familiar as possible with a bunch of different styles, I think, can help know how to fit into where everybody's going.
Brighter sound, funk patterns, so chords.
Ghetto. As keyboard players on this song, in the second line groove, I would say everything you played was pretty cool. And I think the more y'all played it, you kind of opened up. I think every time I play this song, it's a pretty aggressive song. And the horns, it's not really based around the keyboard part. I think that's why you let a lot of space go by. But it's kind of a horn, drum, bass thing happening. But there's a lot of spaces where you can kind of like get in and make stabs. So like, just take more opportunities, more liberties, without soloing or making like huge, long type of phrases thing, which is like, so like, like kind of like a conversation, like you have like the enough air to say something or make your own type of, not your own, yeah, your own type of melody maybe with inside the song, that last thing you played, that transition it was great. They all over this. Oh! Yeah, so stuff like that. And everything else is pretty much, it sounds good. Yeah, it's good.
How about a hand for these guys? So we gotta go. Before we do, we're just gonna play this tune super quick, the super speedy rendition of this tune. I want the guys in the band to stand next to your respective instruments so that you can really see kind of like what's happening here. And I would say we're playing a gig at World Cafe live tonight, and you should all come, but it's actually sold out, I think. So next time, I guess. We'll be back soon. Yeah, get that sheet music out of the way. Right before the double doors. All right, ready? I'll start with that.